What's up, everybody? Welcome to Motivation with an Edge. Hope you're having a wicked day. My name is Waleed, and today I want to talk about one aspect of social change. And I'm asking you guys a question. Do you believe we can legislate an open mind and an open heart? I'll leave you guys a moment for dramatic purposes. I don't believe we can. I know we see it all the time. If there's like a hate incident or some big thing, we see politicians come up and say, we're putting money into these programs and we're to change the system and all this stuff. It's like, all right, okay. Do what you got to do. I think that's for politics, for political posturing, the things you've got to do, the optics of change, right? The optics. I don't believe this is true. Unless we examine ourselves to potential biases, prejudices, our own affinity for our own people, right? We will get caught up at times in unconscious prejudices, biases. Maybe we're not the worst people, and then it goes to the extreme where we are so in denial that we don't realize how ugly our prejudice and bias are, and everything in between. Right now in the news, Brian Flores, who is a black head coach, coached Miami to 2 winning seasons, first time in a while, is now suing the league and 3 teams for the sham of the Rooney Rule. So the Rooney Rule, for those of you who don't understand it or don't know it, it's not sounding weird, don't know it, is in 2003 they established a rule to at least have one black coach in the interview process, or is it one minority? I think it's one black coach in the interview process to satisfy the rule to ensure that there is diversity. Now I think it's 2. I can't verify that because I've only heard one source tell me it. Like last year they changed it to 2. But the point is, they want to bring more candidates in place. Now, there has been more since 2003. Now there's only 1 on record, so it's gone the other way. And we don't know if they have a shorter leash. They're just there for the politics of it. They're there like David Culley in Houston. It was a shaking ship, and they brought him on, so maybe that just trying to look like change. I don't know. But the whole idea is the politics can't change how we feel individually. Look at the rule. So we bring black coaches in. Okay? Look at the interview, or a couple of interviewers. He could have all this bias, all this prejudice, all these things that he hasn't examined yet, right? There's a lot of stuff that we don't examine as people. We don't look at our ego shit because it's unconscious. We don't examine our past or conditioning. Yeah, I don't know. I don't individually, but I know this stuff for myself at least. This happened. And if he's hired, it doesn't matter who this guy is, he's going to have that racial tendency, so he won't hire the right guy. Other side of it could be someone who has, what do they term it, white guilt. He can have a bunch of guilt, and he's a very empathetic person from all sorts of avenues of his life, and he can hire the wrong candidate still. So unless these guys check themselves, right? Check themselves, there is no social change. There is just politics, right? And that whole open mind, open heart legislation, we can't. We need to examine ourselves. Listen, this world, I don't know if we're getting anywhere closer to a less divided world. Because right now it just seems like anything we can just like say screw you to is like, we'll take it. I don't know what's going on in the world. So I plead to everybody individually who cares about bettering the world, bettering themselves. Examine yourself. I didn't do it. I'll tell you this straight up. I had a situation in my life where I was the most vulnerable, most emotional time in my life, and some real ugly shit was said. I won't go too hard into it, but it's something that it's embarrassing, it's ugly, it's costing me relationships, and it costing me some self-respect and all these things, right? I had to check myself. I had a lot of issues, where they came from, what things are, and I examined them, and I had an honest talk with myself. It wasn't me put me in the best light, but you try to better yourself as a man. I got a daughter. I'm trying to be a better human being every day. And I look at like all of us, we just, the simple thing, look at our conditioning. Why do you feel what you feel about people? Certainly, again, the affinity bias, we understand we are more likely to welcome people who look like us. That's fair. That's conditioning. But look at other conditionings, okay? Look at the world we live in. We live in a world where certain news shows certain types of people in one context. Look at the Arabs. And after 9/11, listen, I'm an Arab dude, right? I don't wear a turban or I'm not a Muslim but I am. I understood why people had more fear of Muslims or whatever it was. Of course, the news, all they did was put that in people's head, right? Islamic radicals, raw, like they're gonna, like every time you looked. So it's hard to not let that interfere with your head. But if you examine it, like, okay, damn, that got to me. There's a bunch of other examples, but for all of us to be better, to be more self-aware will make our lives better across the board. So for a better world collectively, we got to change individually. Have a great day.